Welcome back to World Traveler Cooking, the show where we cover interesting foods and interesting cuisines from around the world. This time from Italy, Strufoli. Just in time for Epiphany. These are little fried balls of dough in a citrus syrup, and then typically highly decorated. You can think of it as similar to the Greek Epiphany coliva, in the sense that you have little round things that symbolize the gifts of the Magi. And then they're typically richly decorated. I don't have all of the decorations they would use in Italy, but I was able to come up with some things that I think will work reasonably well. So, for our ingredients, I forgot to bring out the butter yet. I will do that. There is 100 grams of butter, 500 grams of double O flour, a pinch of salt, 20 grams of flour, 4 grams of sodium bicarbonate, 3 eggs, 2 egg yolks, and then we will use the zest of 1 orange and 1 lime. We will also add to it 25 grams or 25 milliliters of sambuca. That's about 2 tablespoons for those of you in the US. And yeah, so that's the main dough. For the syrup, we will use 600 grams of honey, 100 grams of sugar, about as much orange peel as we want. We will use another set of zests here, one from an orange, one from a lemon. And then we will decorate it. I've decided to decorate it with 3 different colors of sprinkles, or of decorations. These are little sugar pearls here. The first one is white, the next one is silver, and the last one is gold. Again, this dish represents the gifts of the Magi, so 3 seems to make sense to me. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, the first step is to sift the flour. You can use a flour sifter if you're in the US, or you can just use a sieve like this. This is more typical in Europe, and a lot of times people will do this on a board. I'm just going to do it into a bowl to make cleanup easier, but you do what you like, and sifting doesn't take very much effort. And then what we do is, in the sifted flour, we will add our salt, our sugar, and our bicarbonate. The next step, similar to a pie crust, is to work in our butter with our fingers. And once this is all the way in, then we will start with our wetter ingredients. So it'll take a few minutes, so I'll be back. Next, we'll add 3 eggs, and we'll knead them in. And after that, we will start in on our egg yolks. I'll be back after these are all the way in. So, I have my 2 egg yolks there, and I'm going to add my zest in at this point. And I'm going to just go ahead and continue to mix this. And as soon as that's reasonably incorporated, I'm going to add the sambuca, or the other anise liqueur, and then I should be able to get this into a nice ball. Yeah, this is starting to form up. So, let's add the liqueur, and I'm just going to keep kneading this until it's ready, and then I will be back. So, once we have it here, we're just going to cut it into little slices, and we'll set those aside to fry. I'm going to do this with all the rest of this, and then we will be back. And this is basically what we have, a bunch of these, even more than are in this bowl. So now it's time to start frying. And as always, I'm just going to take one piece and I'm going to set it in the oil, and I'm just going to wait until it's mostly done, and then I will feel comfortable adding the rest. Adding more. Now that this is frying really well, I'm just going to take it out, and I'm going to add a bunch of these. And they should start frying really nicely, and once they're sort of turning golden, then I will pull them out, and they should puff up as well as fry. And yeah, I'll be back in a bit. And now we see that these are turning golden, so we're going to take them out and put the next batch in. And I'm going to keep doing that until I have fried all of these. You'll see that they do expand quite a lot. So for the syrup, I start with my honey and sugar, which I'm going to put together here and boil. Once it boils, I'm going to take it off the heat, and we'll stir in the rest of our stuff and let it cool a little bit. And while it starts to boil a little bit, I'm going to stir the sugar in so that it fully dissolves. Just let that come to a full boil again, which won't take very long. And now we're going to let this sit for 5 or 6 minutes to cool down while I infuse it with my orange. As soon as it's off the heat, we can add our zest. Stir it together. And we can add candied orange peel. Now I have some pre-bought stuff here, which I bought for something last year. It's good quality, tastes okay. If you don't like the stuff you get, then just make your own. I have a video on that I'll link to below. So now we're just going to let this sit for about 5 or 6 minutes, then we'll toss it together. Okay. So after this, we're just going to pour this over the top and stir to coat. I'm going to do this in a couple of steps, and then we'll decorate. Yep, this is looking good. Pour in more. I think I'll just pour in the rest, and we'll just toss them in the syrup and move them to a bowl to decorate. So that's our Strufoli. Next I'll take some photos and we'll go from there. And now for the taste test. So this is very rich with the honey. It's full of citrus notes. I just feel like I'm going to be tasting oranges for like the whole rest of the day. It's really, really delicious. I highly recommend adding this to any Christmas spread that you have. At any rate, if you like to see content like this, you'd like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have anything to say about this video, love to hear from you. Recipes in the description. Bon appetit, and see you next week.